Xie An, courtesy name Anshi, formerly Duke Wenjing of Luling, was a Jin dynasty statesman who, despite his lack of military ability, led Jin through a major crisis, attacks by former Qin. His line became one of the two most honored during the subsequent southern dynasties, the other being Wang Dao's line, and in the minds of the people, no less honored than imperial clans. Early career. Xie An's father Xie Po was a minister in the Jin government. When Xie An was a child, he had already impressed the Jin officials Wan Yi, Wang Meng, and Wang Dao with his talent. He later served as a low-level assistant to the prime minister, but he later quit from governmental service and effectively became a hermit, and he repeatedly rejected governmental commissions. However, by popular reputation, the people had great expectations of him. He taught his children and the children of his siblings literature, philosophy and debate. His favorite niece was Xie Daoyang, who would become famous as a writer and debater. She would later defend him against criticism from Wan Shan. It was not, however, until his brother Xie Wan, a governor and a general, was defeated in battle in 359 and reduced to commoner status, that Xie An considered re-entering governmental service. He went to see the general Wan Wen, who had been impressed with him previously, and Wan took him in as an assistant. However, he did not share in Wan's plan to take over imperial title. When Emperor Zhao died in 372, Wan recommended Xie to be one of the key officials in the imperial government. But instead of controlling the imperial government on Wan's behalf, Xie soon joined forces with Wang Tangji to deny Wan the official title of regent for Emperor Zhao's 10-year-old son Emperor Xiaowu, instead inviting Emperor Xiaowu's cousin, Emperor Kang's wife Empress Dowager Chu to serve as regent. Wan therefore resented Xie and Wang. In 373, when Wan visited the capital, Wang and Xie were sent to welcome him, and there were rumors that Wan was going to execute Xie and Wang and then usurp the throne. Wang was very fearful, while Xie calmly stated, "Our journey will determine whether the empire survives or not." As Wan arrived, he put on a great display of his army, and Wang was so anxious that his clothes were wet from his sweat, and the writing tablet he held in his hand was upside down. Xie, however, was very calm in seating himself, and then persuaded Wan to put away his display of army. After Wan died later that year, Xie came up with a plan to keep Wan's clan satisfied yet weakening them. He divided Wan's military command into three and gave them to Wan's brothers Wan Chong and Wan Huo and nephew Wan Shixiu. The fears of a Wan usurpation dissipated, particularly because Wan Chong was committed to the survival of the imperial government. In the start of Emperor Xiaowu's reign, Xie shared power with Wang Tangji and Wang Biaozhi. However, Wang Tangji soon became a military commander and governor, and then died in 375. Xie An became effectively the sole prime minister. As prime minister, prior to the Battle of Fei River as prime minister, Xie tried to show leniency to people, and that was manifested by a number of general pardons that the Jin imperial government declared. He also changed the tax system from based on land ownership to a head tax in 376. Meanwhile, Jin's rival former Qin was expanding itself in the north, destroying former Yan in 370, seizing Jin's Liang and Yi provinces in 373, and destroying Dai and the nominal Jin vassal former Liang in 376. In 378, former Qin launched attacks on the Qi Jin cities of Zhangyang, Weixing, and Pengcheng. while Xie An's nephew, the general Xie An, was able to repel the former Qin attack on Pengcheng. Zhang Yang and Wei Xing fell in 379, and Jin's position appeared even more desperate. However, it was said that Xie, through his calmness, calmed the hearts of the people. In 383, Huan Chong launched a counterattack to try to recapture Zhang Yang, but after some inconclusive battles, Huan withdrew. The Battle of Fei River in fall 383, former Qin's Emperor Fujian launched a major attack, hoping to destroy Jin and unite China. Xie sent his brother Xie Shi to command the forces resisting former Qin. As Xie Shan, the advanced general under Xie Shi's command, was ready to depart for the front lines, he sought further instruction from Xie An, who only stated, "I will have additional instructions later." Xie Shan did not dare to ask anything further. They then went to Xie An's vacation home, where they played Go, a game that Xie Shan was typically far better than Xie An at, but Xie Shan, anxious about the coming battle, lost to the far calmer Xie An. Meanwhile, Huan, believing that the capital Jiankang needed additional defenses, sent several thousand elite soldiers to help the capital defense. Instead, Xie sent him back to Huan, stating that the capital was already well guarded and that the troops would be better off defending the western provinces. The former Qin forces quickly captured the important city of Shouyang. However, after the armies stalemated at the Fei River, former Qin forces, in an effort to try to draw Jin forces across the river, retreated, and then oddly enough panicked and collapsed. When news of the victory arrived at Xie An's headquarters, he was playing Go with a guest, but did not display particular emotion, but only stated, "The kids won a battle." However, his excitement became evident when, after the game, he was going back to his bedroom, and he forgot about the threshold to his bedroom and broke his wooden sandal without realizing it. After the Battle of Fei River After the battle, however, Xie's power began to wane. Part of it was that his son-in-law Wang Guobao, a son of Wang Tangji, whose behavior Xie disapproved of, began to attack him before both Emperor Xiaowu and his brother Sima Daoxia, the Prince of Kuaiji, leading to the emperor no longer trusting Xie An as much, although he remained prime minister. In 384, Huan Chong died, and initially most officials favored having Xie Shan replace Huan, but Xie An, not wanting his own clan to wield too much power and also apprehensive that the Huan clan may feel slighted, declined, and divided Huan Chong's domain between his nephews Huan Shimin and Huan Shiqian, and another member of the Huan clan, Huan Yi. Later that year, Xie An requested permission to lead an army north to try to regain territory in light of former Qin's collapse. However, while Xie Shan recovered the territory south of the Yellow River, and other generals regained the Liang and Yi provinces, Xie An himself did not appear to actually carry out a campaign, although he did leave the capital to avoid confrontation with Sima Daoxia, who wanted to take over as prime minister. When he grew ill in fall 385, he required permission to return to the capital, and he died soon thereafter. Emperor Xiaowu posthumously created him the Duke of Luling and buried him with the same honors that Huan Wen was given. Family. Elder brothers Xie Yi, Xie Ju, died early and his children were adopted by Xie An. Younger brothers Xie Wan, Xie Shi, military commander of Battle of Feshui, Xie Tai, elder cousin Xie Shang, wife Lady Lu, younger sister of Lu Tan, disallowed Xie An of having concubines. Sons Xie Yan, second son. Niece Xie Daoyun, debater, calligrapher and writer. Work referenced. Hongli and Stefanovsky. Biographical Dictionary of Chinese Women. Antiquity through Sui, 1600 BCE to 618 CE. M.E. Sharp, Inc.